When looking at the things you have in life, you may have the profound realization that everything that's in place now was something you either thought about or visualized before it became a physical reality. In various ways, these things came into your mind by an earlier version of yourself, even the things that are undesirous. However, the idea that just thinking about what you want and then seeing it show up doesn't sound like a viable plan for most, and for good reason. In order to duplicate the process intentionally and manifest what you want, there's great value in understanding what takes place within the mind and body when something is manifested. At any given moment, we are each taking in millions of bits of information. The subconscious mind will very quickly eliminate anything that doesn't relate to our current circumstances and life, and the programs that it's developed over the years. But your mind has the phenomenal ability to remember certain cues and immediately redirect your attention, such as when you hear your name or the name of the city that you live in, when anything threatens your survival, and for any information that you need immediately. For instance, if you're looking for a file that you need, your brain will search for the name of that file or focus on just one word or a phrase in particular to help you locate it. If you want to test this theory, look around the room that you're in right now and find as much of the color blue as you're able to. Take several moments to scan from left to right and up and down, and just take note of how many things that you see that are the color blue. Try to see all of the places and the things that you never noticed before that are blue. So go ahead and do this now. During this process, how many items did you see that were the color red? Probably not many. But if you did another scan of the room and looked for the color red, you would notice how much of it you didn't see the first time because you were focusing on the color blue. In fact, you were probably so focused on the color blue that many things that might have been close to blue but weren't actually blue were added to your list of items that you labeled as blue. This is because your brain became hypersensitive to every object in your environment that was blue, via your conscious request. The most notable thing about this function of your brain, as just demonstrated in the previous exercise, is that it can be programmed to deliberately seek out what you want to experience and manifest in physical form. Imagine that everything that you desire to experience in life is actually right in front of you, but you simply aren't able to see it because your brain doesn't have the program to perceive its existence. But what if you could install that program needed to make the things that you desire a part of your reality? The good news is you can. As in the previous experiment, you probably didn't really pay much attention to all of the blue items in the room prior to having your mind and consciousness directed towards those things. However, when your mind was given the instructions to do so, you may have been surprised at how many things you never noticed before that are actually blue, or that you just simply dismissed until the focus on it was in place. When we aren't manifesting what's desired, it's often that we are simply missing the experience due to the direction of our conscious focus and instruction. It's been said many times that visualization is an important part of the manifestation process. And the reason behind this is that during visualization, you're actually feeding deliberate information, things of your choosing, to this portion of the mind. This type of information is equivalent to mental instructions. Through persistence and dedicated visualization, new programs are installed. Your mind can then begin filtering this information accordingly and start a search for the things that you programmed in with your conscious instructions. Once this happens, it's as if your mind lifts the veil that's been hiding these things from you. Your mind may have previously categorized these things as irrelevant and simply eliminated them from your perceptual field. A decreased perceptual field contributes to impaired attention and an inability to see the things that don't relate to the ideas that are being focused on. In other words, ideas that aren't really pertaining to the manifestation that you truly desire. And this is the reason that the introduction of new ideas via the conscious mind is so crucial. Visualization tells your mind that what you want is important to you, and that you expect to see it and experience it in physical and tangible forms. This is also why visualizing yourself failing at something creates a predetermined outcome. The subconscious mind will hide from you the option of achievement because it deems it as unrelated to your reality, simply based on your visualizations of these things. Because of this, it's extremely important to take conscious control of your mind and create new programs of your choosing if you want to experience the things in your life that you desire. I've said this many times and it still remains true. The mind is a very effective tool for creating desired change. In fact, it's the only way we get to experience what we want. And the ways in which we visualize can determine the outcomes and perceptions that we experience. Following are a few steps to enhance your visualization so that you can begin to manifest in a more deliberate manner. The first few steps given here may be something that you're already familiar with or something that you already incorporate into your visualization processes. But I encourage you to listen to all of these steps to see if you're incorporating all of these things so that you're able to enhance these processes and manifest more of what you want in a quicker and more effortless way. So number 1 is to choose something that you would like to experience in your physical life. This might be related to your finances, career, a dream vacation, a relationship, a new home, a new car, or anything else that you would like to experience in your life. Simply set your intention and your conscious focus on this desire. Number 2, you're going to create a picture or a visual representation of yourself in the experience of the thing that you want to create. It's important to complete this step to link the inner workings of your mind with what you're creating in your external world. For example, if you want to live in a large house on the beach, find a picture on the internet or in a magazine that best fits your description of this home and this location. And then find a picture of yourself that you can cut out and place somewhere within that picture to represent that you're in that event. And then put that picture somewhere where you're going to see it several times per day, such as on your refrigerator or next to your mirror. It doesn't have to be perfect, but simply a visual representation. You could even draw it if you want to. Your mind's going to know exactly what this represents when it sees it. A few more suggestions of visual representations might be, if you want to be more successful in your career, you could create a performance report that shows your name at the top of the list and use as many details as you can to make it real in your mind. If you want to be in a relationship, write a letter to yourself from your perfect partner and then put it in a place where you can read it every day. If it's an acting career that you're aiming to experience, place yourself in a picture where you're being interviewed by your favorite host. If you want to be a best-selling author, create a bestseller list and place your name at the top of it. You can use any or all of these examples. Just use whatever feels most comfortable to you. The next step is before going to sleep, you're going to take a glance at your visual representation and let the feeling of it consume you for a few moments. Close your eyes to see the completion of this manifestation in your mind. Feel gratitude that you're able to be successful in this manifestation. If you can see it in your mind, it's already real. Make this the last thing that you do before you're drifting off to sleep. And as you are drifting off to sleep, remain in this scene and tune into all of the lovely feelings that accompany that. You may choose to do this with a meditation or affirmations as you drift off to sleep as well. For the next part of this process, throughout your day, use the mental image of your visual representation as a reminder. You can place simple little one-word notes in your environment that represent your vision, such as car, vacation, relationship, or whatever it is that you're manifesting. When you see these notes, your mind will be triggered to automatically visualize the image that you created of you with your manifestation. Whenever you recall this image, it creates a stronger neural pathway in your brain related to this thing. And when the neural pathways are firmly established, your subconscious mind will automatically drive you to the results in manifested form. This is how it manifests everything that you currently have in your life. And the last part is to strengthen these neural pathways even further by rewiring your brain to change the way that you think about these things. Autosuggestion, or what's often referred to as self-hypnosis, is extremely effective. When you repeat something often enough, you will ultimately come to believe it. You are the person who has this thing now, not the person who's trying to get it, and not the person who's going to get it. Whenever you think about this manifestation, tell yourself, I have this now, or I am this now. Don't worry if you don't believe this at first. Like I just said, eventually you're going to come to believe it. You may choose to write a simple phrase such as this down and place it in areas where you'll see it often. Again, this is going to continue to build on those neural pathways that are being created. The totality of this process allows you to harness your mind's power so it can open your perceptual field to what is already there, just waiting for you to notice it. Your mind is a machine, much like a computer. It has stored away programs, often outdated, that can be altered for great benefit. Just as we need to give our computers specific data or information to work towards a result, our minds also need specific data or information to move us towards our goals and desired manifestations. With consistent practice of this process, even when you don't realize you're thinking about these goals, your brain knows that they're important and will begin to look for any and everything that relates to them. With enough impressions, it will lift the veil between you and what you desire so you can see it and experience it as a manifested reality.